Welcome to the F.E.A.R Chronicles, false evidence appearing real, where we are covering real stories for navigating burnout, bold moves, and becoming your best self. I'm your host, Natasha Agha, private practice strategist, mother of two, and recovering perfectionist. This is the space where we get honest about the pivots, the pressure, and the purpose behind it all. If you're navigating life transitions, career shifts, motherhood, or learning to trust yourself again, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. There are never enough hours in a day. I don't have time for that. Where did all the time go? Does this sound familiar? We find ourselves saying many, if not all of these things at some point in time. Maybe you say it often on a manic Monday, or maybe when Sunday hits and you have the Sunday scaries. Or maybe you say this daily because you're feeling overwhelmed or overcommitted. It ultimately becomes natural to see time or think of time as your enemy. Thinking that there isn't enough time is lack or scarcity thinking. It's a mindset, a perspective we have essentially curated for ourselves without even realizing it. So, what if I told you that time can be your friend? That time can be on your side? That you always have enough time for everything because you do. Why? Because time is an illusion. What does that mean? So, we tend to think of time as linear, right? We think of time as separate from ourselves, when in fact, we or you are time. Time is what you make of it. You have as much or as little of time for something based on your perception. Let's unpack a little bit for the logical side of our brains to register. Some of you may have heard this, but for those of you who have not, let's do a quick review of Parkinson's law. This law states that work expands to fill the time allotted to it. So, for example, if we give ourselves 3 hours to write a report, we use 3 hours. We essentially decide how long things will take. But if you narrow down the time frame, bump up some deadlines, you will find a way to get things done a whole lot faster. And honestly, this is a high level overview and simplification of what I'm talking about because there are steps involved to achieving this successfully, which I dive into in my planning workshop, but more on that later. So, when we combine our perspectives about time, the way we plan, or essentially the lack thereof planning, we set ourselves up for not really being truly successful, right? There is a strategic component to tackling time when it comes to planning and scheduling. But the very first step is and should be how we think about time. So instead of seeing time as an enemy, changing the narrative to time being on your side. Because you are time. It's time to take back control and make time work for you. For those of you that may still not be convinced that you can carve out more time, I'm going to share with you the biggest hack to reclaiming your time. It's the one thing you use the most. Can you guess what it is? Drum roll, please. It's your phone. Your phone is the biggest time suck. You need to unplug, put it down, lock it up if you have to. You will be absolutely amazed how much time we spend on our phones, both intentionally and unintentionally. We may grab it, to quick check something. Then we find ourselves hours later, endless doom scrolling. I mean, it's a bit dramatic, but kind of true. But you get my point, right? I'll leave you with this mantra that helps me to shift my perspective when I find myself, being quote unquote victimized by time. Time expands to meet my needs. So I warmly invite you to something that I have created just for you. It's called the Back to Balance Workshop. It's a live 2-day workshop designed specifically to help women who want to start working smarter, live better, and stop burning out every quarter. It's just 6 hours spread across 2 days, and you'll walk away with a fully customized 90-day calendar plan that puts your energy, priorities, and non-negotiables at the center. This isn't about squeezing more time into your already packed week. It's about using the time framework, which I will unpack a little bit more in the upcoming episodes. This is a way to design your 90-day plan and finally take back your time. Thanks for joining me on the F.E.A.R Chronicles. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to like, comment, or share with someone who needs it. Want more support? Check out the links below for free resources, workshops, and how to work with me. Remember, bold moves start with small shifts. You've got this, and I've got you.